Hello students, welcome to my physics class. This is Shumi Roy from Techno India Group Public School, Shiliguri, and today we are going to do very short answer type questions of chapter Some Natural Phenomena. Okay, so the first question is, what are the two kinds of electric charges? So there are two types of charges. The two kinds of electric charges are positive charge and negative charge. Okay, so the next question is, what kind of electric charge is acquired by a glass rod rubbed with silk cloth? So after rubbing the glass rod with silk cloth, the glass rod becomes positive charge because glass rod loses the electrons. Okay, so it gives the electron to the silk cloth. So now glass rod is having more number of positively charged particles, so it will become positively charged. Next is, by a plastic comb rubbed with dry hairs. Plastic comb receives electron. Okay, so now plastic comb is having more number of negatively charged particles, so it will become negative charge. So the plastic comb acquires negative charge when it rubbed with dry hair. Next question is, what type of electric charge is acquired by a rubber balloon when rubbed with a woolen cloth? Okay, the rubber balloon becomes negatively charged when rubbed with a woolen cloth because rubber balloon receives the electron. Now as it is having more number of negatively charged particles, so it will become negatively charged. Question number 4 is, a negatively charged object attracts another charged object placed near it. What is the nature of charge on the other object? So if the object is attracting, if a negative charge object is attracting the another object, then it must be a positive charge because unlike charges attract each other. Okay, so the nature of charge on the other object will be positive. Now, next question, a positively charged object repel another charged object kept close to it. What is the nature of charge on the other object? Now, in this question, the positive charge object is repelling the other charge object. So, a positively charged object will repel another positive charge object only because like charges repel each other. So, the nature of the charge on the other object will be positive. Question number 6 is, a negatively charged object repel another charged object held near it. What is the nature of charge on the other object? So the nature of charge on the other object is negative. Okay, because it is repelling, a negative charge object is repelling the another charge object, so it must be a negative object. Okay, negatively charged object. Now next question, a glass rod is rubbed with silk cloth. What type of charge is acquired by silk cloth and glass rod? Okay, so after rubbing the glass rod with silk cloth, the glass rod becomes positively charged because it loses the electron. Okay, when glass rod loses the electron, it will have more number of positively charged particles, so it will become positively charged. Now as glass rod is losing electron, means silk cloth is gaining the electron. So as the silk cloth is getting the electron, now it will have more number of negatively charged particles, so it will become negatively charged. Next question, an inflated rubber balloon and a woolen cloth are rubbed together. What type of charge is acquired by woolen cloth and rubber balloon? Again, the rubber balloon becomes negatively charged when rubbed with the woolen cloth, and woolen cloth acquires a positive charge because woolen cloth loses the electron and rubber balloon gains the electron. Now next question is, name the device to detect electric charge on a body. So electroscope is the device which is used to detect charge on a body. Next question, when an object is touched with a metal top of an electroscope, its aluminum leaves diverge. What conclusion do you get from this observation? So if the leaves of the electroscope diverge or open up when an object is touched, this divergence or opening up of the leaves shows presence of the charge. Actually, a divergence is considered as a full proof of charge. Repulsion or moving away of leaves shows the presence of charge. Okay, so next question, what name is given to the flash of light which occurs in the sky during the rainy season? So the flash of light which occurs in the sky during rainy season is lightning. So lightning is the name given to the flash of light which occurs in the sky during the rainy season. Next question is, why should a person not stand under a tree during a thunderstorm? Okay, a person should never stand under a tree to take shelter during a thunderstorm because there is danger of lightning striking the tree and burning it up. So this lightning can also pass through the body of the person standing under the tree and kill him. Okay, if however a person is in a forest, he should take shelter under a short tree because a short tree is less likely to be hit by lightning. On the other hand, a tall tree, okay, being nearer to the thunder clouds is more likely to be hit by lightning. So trees are usually the tallest object around and have many pointed tips. So the electric field is strong near the pointed tips. So the current from a lightning may leave the tree and jump over the person standing near the tree. So because of that only it is told not to stand under a tree during a thunderstorm. Okay, so next question, name the scientist who showed that lightning is electric in nature. So Benjamin Franklin is a scientist who showed that lightning is electric in nature. Now next question, name the device which is used to protect a tall building from lightning. Now the lightning conductor is the device which is used to protect a tall building from lightning. Next question is, what name is given to the phenomena in which the earth shakes suddenly for a very short time? So earthquake is the phenomena in which the earth shakes suddenly for a very short time. Name one destructive natural phenomena which cannot be predicted in advance. So earthquake is the destructive natural phenomena which cannot be predicted in advance. Now next question, list 3 states in India where earthquakes are more likely to occur. So the states in India where earthquakes are more likely to occur are Kashmir, Western and Central Himalayas and the whole of Northeast and run of Kutch and Rajasthan. Okay, these are the also states which are more likely to occur, earthquakes are more likely to occur there. Question number 18 is, name the instrument used to measure and record an earthquake. So seismograph is the instrument which is used to measure and record an earthquake. Now next question, what was the magnitude of Bhuj and Kashmir earthquake on the Richter scale? So the magnitude of Bhuj and Kashmir earthquake on the Richter scale was more than 7.5. Okay. Next question, name the scale on which the magnitude or intensity of an earthquake is expressed. So the Richter scale is the most common standard scale for measurement of earthquake. Next question is, for what purpose is the Richter scale used? The Richter scale is used to measure the magnitude or intensity of an earthquake. Next question, name 2 events other than earthquakes which can cause tremors on the earth. The tremors on the earth can be caused when a volcano erupts or when a meteorite hits the earth. It can also be caused by an underground nuclear explosion. Next question, in the context of an earthquake, which one is deep under the ground? Focus or epicenter? Earthquake is located deep under the ground. It is also called seismic focus. Now, next questions are true and false. Let us discuss. State whether the following statements are true or false. The first question, like charges attract each other. So the answer is false. No, like charges do not attract each other. Next question, a charged glass rod attracts a charged plastic straw. Yes, true. Yes, a glass rod attracts a charged plastic straw. Next question, lightning conductor cannot protect a building from lightning. False, because lightning conductor are installed for those reasons only. Lightning conductor are installed to protect the building from lightning. So the answer will be false. Next, earthquake can be predicted in advance. No, earthquake cannot be predicted in advance. Nobody can say when an earthquake is going to occur. Now next question, an earthquake of magnitude 2 on Richter scale is 10 times as strong as an earthquake of magnitude 1 on the same scale. Yes, because Richter scale moves in the value of 10. The multiples of 10, it increases with the multiples of 10. So next question, the plates of earth crust are continuously moving. True. Yes, the plates of earth crust are continuously moving because the uh, middle layer of the earth, that is mantle. Okay, mantle is moving very slowly, and because as the mantle is moving, our earth crust is also moving very slowly. Okay, earth crust is also moving very slowly. Now next question, an earthquake is measured and recorded by using an instrument called electrocardiograph. False, because it no, it is false. It is measured and recorded by an instrument called seismograph. Next questions are fill in the blanks. Okay, the first question is like charges dash, unlike charges dash. So like charges repel and unlike charges attract. Next, rubbing glass with silk makes a positive charge on the glass because the glass loses the electron, so it will become positive charge because it is having more number of positively charged particles. Now, combing your hair makes a negative charge on the comb. Okay, yes, combing your hairs with makes a negative charge on the comb because the comb receives the electron. Now as comb receives the electron, it will have more number of negatively charged particles, so it will become negative charge. Now the negatively charged particle which are transferred from one object to another during charging by friction is called electrons. Yes, the negatively charged particles are known as electrons and positively charged particles are known as protons. And as negatively charged particles, that are electron, are loosely bound with the neutron, so they can move easily, they can move freely from here and there. And because of that only, when we do friction, when we try to charge an object by rubbing it with other object, so during charging by friction, the electrons move from one object to another object because protons are tightly bound with the neutron, so they cannot move, only electrons can move. Okay, so the answer is electron. Now next question, the charging of an object by rubbing it with another object is called charging by friction. So what we are doing, we are rubbing. Okay, when we are rubbing two objects, we are making an interlock. So we already know about friction. Friction is nothing but interlocking between the two surfaces. So this type of rubbing, this type of charging of an object by rubbing is also called charging by friction. Now, next question. In an electroscope, the aluminum leaves diverge because like charges repel. Okay, because like charges repel. Because when we charge an electroscope with a object which is having charge, okay, so the whole electroscope will become same charge. The electroscope will become same charge, means now the two leaves of the aluminum are also of same charge. Now as the leaves are of same charge, they start repelling each other because like charges repel each other. Okay, now next question, dash is provided in building to protect us from electric shock due to any leakage of electric current. So we use earthing. Okay, earthing is provided in buildings to protect us from electric shock due to any leakage of electric current. So with this earthing, the extra energy, okay, or the leakage of electric current is passed to the earth, so that it will not affect the house appliances and also it will not affect the building. Next question, lightning is nothing but an electric spark. Yes, lightning is nothing but an electric spark. Now, each fragment of earth crust is called a plate, or it is also called tectonic plates, or each fragment of crust is called a plate. You can just write the plate also. Okay, so with this question we have completed the very short question answers of chapter some natural phenomena. Okay, so in our next class we are going to do short answer type questions. Thank you for watching the video.